Namaste. Welcome to Junior Tesla. Root 2 is irrational. We had already seen this proof using some concepts of algebra, using some concepts of geometry. But here in this episode, I am going to show you two very simple proofs which are involving the basic concepts of arithmetic. They don't involve any unknowns, any variables, any equations or any diagrams. They use very simple basic number properties to show that root 2 is not rational. Let me go through the first solution, first proof. We assume that root 2 is a rational number, so it is written as a by b, a fraction. Okay. Now, if you are squaring on either sides, you will get 2b square equal to a square. So, your assumption is root 2 is a rational number. So, it is in the form of a by b, where a and b, they do not have any common factors. Okay. So, they are written in the simplest form. They are co-prime to each other. Now, we got this form 2b square equal to a square. Now, we know one property that if you have taken a square number, then it will always end with 0, 1, 4, 5, 6 or 9, okay, any one of these digits. So, no square number ends with 2, no square number ends with 7, no square number ends with 8. So, if there is a square number, it ends with only any one of these digits. So, it may end with 0 or 1 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 9, only these 6 possibilities. So, that means even if you have taken b square, okay, b square is a square number, so b square will end with any one of these digits. Now, since it is multiplied with 2, because we have taken 2b square, so 2b square will end with either 0 or 2 or 8, because these digits must be multiplied with 2. So, if the number b square is ending with 0, then 2b square is also ending with 0. But if it is ending with 1, then 2b square will be ending with 2. So, like that, we have only 3 possibilities for 2b square. The last digit can be either 0, 2 or 8. Now, 2b square is equated to a square, a square number. But again, we know that a square also will end with any one of these digits, right? So, it also has only 6 possibilities. But here, since it is equated to 2b square, its possibilities, number of possibilities is diminished. Now, it has only these 3 possibilities, 0, 2 or 8. But here 2 and 8 are ruled out, because since a square is a square number, it will definitely not end with 2 or 8. So, the only possibility left is 0. So, 0, 2, 8 and this, the intersection of these two is only 0. So, that means a square has only one possibility, the last digit is only 0, it cannot be anything else. Now, if a square is ending with 0, that means 2b square also should be ending with 0 only, because both of them are equated, right? So, if 2b square is ending with 0, that means b square may be ending with either 5 or 0. Now, if b square is ending with 5 or 0, that means b is also ending with 5 or 0. So, if b is ending with 5 or 0 and a is ending with 0, that means both a and b, they are the multiples of 5. We cannot say they are the multiples of 10, okay, that is not possible. You cannot prove that they are the multiples of 10, but definitely you can say they are the multiples of 5. Both a and b are the multiples of 5. But in the assumption we had told that both a and b are co-prime to each other, they do not have any common factor. But finally we are coming to a conclusion that both a and b are the multiples of 5. So, this is the clear contradiction between the first step and the last line. Therefore, we can say root 2 cannot be written in the form a by b, it must be a not rational number, irrational number. We are not using any algebra here, we are just using one single property of numbers, that is, if the number is squared, it will be ending with any one of these 6 digits. So, using only this property, we can prove that root 2 is irrational. A very beautiful proof with only number properties. I think any student of 8th standard to 10th standard, any high school student can easily understand this argument. Now, there is another proof which is even simpler than this, okay, and that proof, it uses the basic theorem, fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Now, fundamental theorem of arithmetic says that if you have taken a number, it has only one prime factorization. You cannot have two different prime factorizations. You take any number, for example 10, 50, 100, okay, 27, 37, any number. It can be a prime number or it can be a composite number. So any number greater than or equal to 2, any natural number, it has only one prime factorization. That is also called as unique factorization, okay, and that is what fundamental theorem of arithmetic says. Even the proof is very simple. Now using this property, we are going to show that root 2 is irrational. Again, we are going to assume that root 2 is a rational number, so it is written in the form p by q. Okay, so if it is written in the form p by q and squared on either side, then 2q square is equal to p square. Now if 2q square is equal to p square, now here we have two numbers, p square and q square, or p and q. Now here p square is an even number, square number, right? So any square number will have even number of prime factors. Any square number will have even number of prime factors. It cannot have odd number of prime factors. So p square definitely has even number of prime factors, but that is equated to 2q square. Now 2q square, q square is a square number, but it is multiplied with the 2. So q square also will have even number of prime factors, but 2q square will have odd number of prime factors because it is having one more prime number 2, right? So p square has even number of prime factors, 2q square has odd number of prime factors, and they are equated. So it is a clear contradiction, and that is why we can say, see, it is not the contradiction for this, okay? See the difference here. Here this final conclusion is a contradiction for this, that is root 2 is equal to a by b. But here this final conclusion is not the contradiction for root 2 equal to p by q. What we are saying is, on one side we have even number of primes and another side we have odd number of primes, that is why they are not equal. So this is the contradiction for the fundamental theorem itself, right? That is why we can say root 2 cannot be written in the form p by q. It is not a rational number, it is an irrational number. So here also we are not involving any algebra, okay? We are just using one simple basic principle, basic theorem, fundamental theorem of arithmetic, and using that we are proving that root 2 is not rational. So these are two very unique proofs for root 2's irrationality. Okay, go through this. I hope you enjoyed this session. Thank you very much.
For more videos on maths learning, please subscribe our YouTube channel Tesla Education. Also, let us know in the comment section about the topics you would like to learn so that we bring more videos to you. Thank you.